Welcome back to your NCC Sports Report. I'm Cyril Cray, and what may be the biggest story on the Hill in decades, Syracuse men's basketball head coach Jim Boeheim announced he's stepping down from the team today. The university held a press conference bidding the legendary head coach farewell and introducing the new face of Orange basketball. NCC Sports reporter Michael O'Connor is live from the Newhouse balcony with more on the coaching change. Michael?
Yeah, that's right, Cyril. After 47 years, Jim Boeheim is stepping down as head coach of SU men's basketball. Coach Boeheim will go down as one of the great legends in coaching for college basketball. He ends his career as the second most wins of all time out of any coach in NCAA basketball history, and joins former Duke head coach Mike Krzyzewski as one of just two coaches to tally over 1,000 wins over the course of his career. But Cyril, when one door closes, another one opens, and the university announced that associate head coach Red Autry would drop that associate from his title and take over for Boeheim. Autry first joined the coaching staff ahead of the 2012 season as an assistant coach, and before that, he's actually a familiar face for the Orange. He started 116 out of 121 games during his 4 years as a player, ranking 5th in career assists and 6th in steals on the Orange all-time list. Coach Autry is expected to retain the majority of the current assistant coaches, including former players Jerry McNamara and Alan Griffin. But as an associate head coach, Autry recruited and retained future NBA draft picks such as Jeremy Grant, Tyler Ennis, and O'Shea Brissett. So he is no stranger to the recruiting and the coaching process. And while he may be the new head coach and Coach Boeheim may be out as head coach, Boeheim says that he'll still stick around as planned.
Most schools don't have a plan. 99 out of 100 do not have a plan. John Wildhack had a plan. The university had a plan, and I was a part of that plan. And that plan is now in place. And I'm thrilled. I've felt better the last 2 days than I've felt in 47 years. Syracuse basketball is being left in the best of hands. They won't need me. I'll be here every day in my little office someplace. I can't tell you the love I have for Syracuse University and Syracuse.
And Cyril, it's clear that Autry shares that same love for Syracuse and the university, as he says that it'll be the program's history that will help guide the team through this next chapter of SU basketball.
The Orange standard is the history of winning, the history of playing hard and competing for championships, the history of resilience, determination, and grit. As I take over this program as the head coach, it is these standards that will guide us into the future. I am a new voice, a new face with new ideas, but the standards that have helped build this program will not change.
I can't put it any better myself. New voice, new face, but this is still Syracuse basketball, Cyril, and the team is already preparing for its 2023-2024 season. Cyril?
Thank you, Michael. What more can you tell us about today's press conference and what the immediate future looks like for Orange basketball?
Well, right now, it's about retaining talent and bringing in new guys. So, as an associate head coach, Autry was in charge of recruiting, and most of the players that you've seen in the past couple of years, I know I mentioned some of those future NBA draft picks, but a lot of the guys that we've been seeing on the court are there because of Autry. And moving forward, I know that Syracuse, we picked up Cole Swider, they picked up Cole Swider last year, and have been able to recruit through the transfer portal, but being able to get out there and maybe poach some players from other programs and bring them in and recruit them to the Orange basketball program, that's the next step. That's what fans are looking forward to. That's what the team is looking forward to. And there are already some big names like J.J. Starling in the transfer portal out of Notre Dame. He's a Baldwinsville product, and that could be a huge get for Syracuse going forward. And then maybe if they land a couple of big name players, they might be able to keep some talent. I know that there's speculation that Judah Mintz might try his hand at the NBA draft, although if he's not a first-round draft pick, there's no guaranteed money. So there could be incentive for him to return for another year and get that guaranteed bag. Cyril?
Coach Autry has pretty much been a part of the Syracuse program for 30 years. How important is hiring him for maintaining team culture and continuing the legacy left behind by Coach Boeheim?
Well, Cyril, it's going to be impossible to fully replicate the kind of impact that Coach Boeheim has had on this program. Almost 50 years, half a century in one place. That's never going to be touched in terms of longevity. But Coach Autry already has plenty of years under his belt with the Orange, both as a player and as an associate head coach, and now as a head coach himself. And on that note, at the time of Coach Autry's hiring, just for the culture of the university in general, Syracuse is the only Power 5 school with a black head football coach, black head men's basketball coach, and a black head women's basketball coach. So that's something that the university can say proudly, and looking forward in terms of keeping that culture alive at Syracuse, Coach Autry's already been the guy that has been recruiting these players to come in and play for him. So he has led and built that culture. He's been a part of cultivating that, and I see no issue going forward in terms of keeping that alive and extending that forward in his own way with his voice and his ideas.
Thank you, Michael, and thank you, Coach Boeheim, for 47 years of basketball excellence. It may take a while for Orange fans to get used to the coaching change, but the future looks bright for men's basketball under new head coach Adrian Autry. When we come back, take a look at your weekend weather. Stick with us.